Oh, what's up, Stokers of Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with the Going Deep with Chad JT podcast. Welcome to episode 75, 3/4 to 100. Guys, this is SoCal's most popular podcast, Going Deep with Chad and JT. Before we begin, we are brought to you by Manscaped. They did not pay us for an ad this week, but we are always brought to you by Manscaped. Keeping your trims pubed, looking out for your nuts. That's what we're all about. And I'm here joined by my compadre, Jean Thomas. What up?
Boom, clap, Stokers.
And we are also joined by Chris Cote, the man.
Scaped.
Yeah, the man.
I didn't even know I was supposed to be scaped, but I scaped.
You're married with kids, right?
I was married. I still have kids.
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Yeah, my bad.
No, I was married, but now I'm happily girlfriended. What is
Nice.
it called when you just have a girlfriend? Is there a thing for that?
In a relationship.
There's engaged,
Partnered up.
married, partnered
I just
up.
made that up.
Yeah.
Cohabitating. I guess what I was
Nice.
getting to, and it's probably a bit early to probe this deep, but do you manscape your?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you do, sweet.
Oh,
All right,
dude.
I
sure.
go, I mean, if you want to go real deep and around the back.
Oh, you do the back too?
Well, there's different levels, right? Different lengths, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Up top, chest is pretty. That's a 1. No guard.
No guard.
If you will.
Yep.
Then you start going down. You start adding guards because it's more sensitive.
It gets more
area.
unruly too.
So
yeah.
the more sensitive the area, I would say, the more guards added.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time we're around the cul-de-sac, things are at probably a 2.
Okay.
So managed, and managed, and then scaped as you go back up.
Well, with Manscaped, you don't have to worry about those nicks and cuts,
I gotta get in your guys' program.
With the Lawnmower 2.0, I've been going no guard everywhere.
No guard everywhere.
He shaves it 3 times a day. He just loves the machinery.
I'm just so in love with the trimmer.
Maybe after this, like after we take care of this business, we'll go into pleasure, and you guys. I mean, is that?
He offered to do mine too, just for like love of the game, and I was like,
I text him every morning
yeah.
at like 6. I wake up at like 6, and I'm like, JT, when are you gonna give me that
Let's
grundle,
go
dude?
in.
I wake up at like
Yeah.
10:30. I'm like, damn, what a generous dude.
And I mean, looks can be deceiving, but I would say you're hairy man.
Yeah, I'm a hairy guy.
All right. So that's a good sponsor to have.
It's not as hairy as you would think. Not to get defensive, but like, I mean, it's hairy, but it's not like what I thought I was gonna get. Like when I was 16, I was this same level of hairy, and I looked at like my grandfather, and I was like, I'm fucked, dude.
Yeah.
And then thankfully, nature just took it easy on me.
I'm just gonna leave it to my imagination. What's
Yeah.
under there?
Well,
we don't have to, but yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna come out and say it. He's got a Pierce Brosnan chest.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, dude.
Yeah, which is like hairy, but it's like,
There it is, and there it is.
yeah, it's like the kind of hairy you want.
Yeah.
Thank you, dude.
That was close to Tom Selleck.
Oh, thank you. These
Oh,
are great.
nice.
Pierce, I'm a little older than you guys, so you go Pierce, I'm gonna go Selleck.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right. And
cool.
who's the new guy?
Ooh,
Do
the
they have a
new
guy
I
now?
think
Who's-
Daniel Craig signed on for the next one.
No, I mean in hairy chestnuts.
Oh. Tough question.
Is there a guy?
Everyone's Manscaped.
Yeah,
now.
I think it's.
Dude, honestly, I could.
There's
make a
got to
run
be
at the
someone
crown.
out there.
Steve Carell.
Oh yeah, Steve Carell probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even that, I mean,
He's not really
that's
a
gone.
sex
Like,
symbol.
what's new?
Yeah, but he is
Yeah.
hot, but he's not really a sex symbol.
We should see. We could again. It's another thing to do after the show is a little bit of research together as to who the new hair god.
hair chest guy
Yeah,
is.
it's gonna
Chest hair
be-
Yeah.
guy is.
Send it out to the Stokers,
So
guys.
much to do.
Hit us with
Yeah.
your hairy dudes.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Chris, thank you for doing the show, man.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
We're pumped to have you, man.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the show. I've
Wow.
listened to 74 of the 75 episodes.
Oh, thank you.
That's awesome. And we're a fan of yours as well. A lot of you guys might know him as an action sports commentator for surf, skate, and snowboarding. And he's the current commentator for the WSL, who was our employer for a couple months.
Yeah.
I'm basically
Get Sent.
Get Sent 2.0.
Yeah, you're
Or Get Sent Junior. I could be son of Get Sent.
Nah.
However you guys want to frame it.
I like you taking it to the next level.
Get
Yeah.
Sent 2.0.
I like
Yeah.
2.0. Get
Yeah.
Sent Deuce.
Not
Yeah.
It's not as funny.
The next generation.
It's, shorter.
That was an interesting experience for us. We got ripped to shreds by the fans.
Well, you saw it coming, and this is something I wasn't as familiar with. Like, I went to surf camp, and I read Surfer Magazine a little bit growing up and saw a couple docs, but Chad's much more, like, in that world. And so before the first episode, he was like, dude, get ready. because the hardcore surf fans are gonna roast us. And I was like, I think we did a really good job. and then the comments were just like I'd never been called like a poser and a kook since I was like kid.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And they came after us hard on those.
They
levels.
came after us hard.
Yeah.
You know, I told Chad this. I was a vocal defender of Get Sent.
I
because
appreciate that so much.
I loved the show. I've seen your guys stand up. I know how funny both of you are in real life. And I had friends that I know that I thought would get it. And they'd go, dude, what is this show? And I go, oh, no, these guys are actually really funny.
Yeah.
Watch it again through that lens. And
Yeah.
some of them still didn't get it. But I was defending. I had a shield,
Yeah,
sword.
I appreciate so much. Yeah, there wasn't much context for like
It kind of
comedy.
just came out.
Yeah, it's like, and on the WSL Instagram, so people are like watching like surfing, and they're like, all right, this is good, you know, Felipe Toledo, another air, and then it's just us being like, check out this clip, and they're like, fuck you, dude.
What happened? It's a very sensitive fan base.
Right. And then some of our fans had funny comments too, where like one guy was like, bro, I've been a fan for so long. I love what you and Chad do. Like the podcast has really helped me through some dark times. I think your videos are hilarious, but please stop doing it.
Don't send it anymore.
And it was so genuine. I was like,
Those were hilarious.
yeah. I was like, this guy's not even being mean.
How many shows did you guys do?
100.
100 shows.
5-minute episodes.
And
yeah.
one guy would comment on every single one, just no.
Yeah.
You gotta
Well,
respect the diligence.
I
Yeah.
like that guy.
Yeah.
I've been hearing surf comments since Instagram or since internet message boards first started. Transworld Surf started in '99. Right around then is when the internet started.
Right.
And we had open message boards, and right away, same comments we would get nowadays, but it's on on the message board.
Yeah.
So since then, probably 2001, I've been getting those messages.
Yeah.
And I like them.
Yeah.
I used to be like, whoa, how could somebody hate me for saying that this guy's style isn't to my liking, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy, and it still happens. I've had Twitter trolls for over a decade. Same dudes.
Yeah. You
Really?
kinda,
Beefing with the
It's
same
amazing.
guy?
And I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Now
at
I'm
this
all,
point, you guys are like
wow,
best of rivals.
15 years you've
Yeah.
been talking shit to me. This is great.
they're like your buddies.
Yeah,
they're making-
exactly.
Do you listen to them? Like, do you think it helps you at all? Like is the criticism ever like,
Constructive.
yeah, or could you ever like put it that way?
I think there has been times where it's been constructive. Very few, because a lot of the times it's like, you're fat, your voice is annoying, like you're a nerd. It's all okay. Well, a lot of those things, I have been doing push-ups lately, running a little bit.
Yeah, you look great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's what I was looking for there. No, but it's,
Yeah, you
I
do
mean,
look
it's
good.
crazy to have dedicated trolls for 15 plus years. That makes you feel like you've made it.
Yeah.
You kind of experienced cyberbullying when it was when it was
Fresh.
invented.
At the birth
You
of
kinda,
cyberbullying.
you could do like a little
Yeah.
PSA on it and be like, I've been dealing with this since 2000.
Well, I
Yeah.
did
when
a,
internet started.
Yeah, I just did a interview, and one of the points that I was trying to make was, because the guy was saying, you get bullied online and all this. I go, good. I'm glad it's me. Hopefully, I can kind of absorb this and take it off of somebody else,
Right.
because
Mhm.
they're gonna have to get put this negative attention on somebody. I enjoy it. I think it's funny.
You're like the
and-
sacrificial.
yeah,
lamb.
and so I'm a martyr for
I love
negative
that.
comments online.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good way to frame it, because then in your head it's like it's
Yeah, give it to me.
a heroic
It's
struggle.
not going to hurt me. Hopefully, I
Yeah.
alleviated the torment from somebody else.
Yeah.
But just like you guys had on your show, I mean, we announced we're doing WSL. It's called Surf Breaks,
Mhm.
a minute and a half, surf news twice a day. One of the first comments on there was, "We don't want this." And I loved that.
Yeah.
And it, in a way, it was so witty. It was
Yeah.
it was very just to the point, concise. We don't want this. Another person just put bummer.
Dude,
What's a bummer?
And the WSL, like, when we experienced that too, they're like, all right, like, we're prepped for these guys. Like, they're so.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
call.
They're like, they're like, so.
we love it.
Yeah, they're like, so what happened is what we expected, and here's how we're gonna deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, sort of had like a team together. To,
Yeah,
like,
and it's
figure it out.
it's funny because out in the world, when you see people, we did our first show, and I literally drove home from Santa Monica, straight to my home break. I got out of my car after 3 hours in the freeway, just to jump in the water. First person comes up, guy that I kind of know, but not really. He jumps out of his car. He's like, dude, the news was sick.
Oh, nice.
So that was the
nice.
first kind of real life interaction.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's way more people that will watch it, accept it, like it, but it, as you guys well know,
Vocal minority.
Yeah. And, I try not to put I try not to put negative comments out there. A lot of times I'll write it, this sucks or something, but I'll just kind of let it float in that middle ground, and I will never send it.
Right.
I'll just delete it because it kind of felt good to write, but then it felt even better.
Therapists tell you to do
rise
that.
above
They'll be
it.
like, write an angry letter at this person you're mad at and don't
burn
send
it,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and burn it. Yeah. So how'd you get into, you grew up in Encinitas?
Encinitas, yeah.
Dude, great town.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, did you go to La
Encinitas.
Costa High or?
It was pre that. It was San Diego High School.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. And were you always into like surf culture and stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. My older brother was a surfer, 3 years older than me. My stepdad surfed, and we grew up right on the beach, pretty much. So, it was kind of junior high school or grade school, bodyboarding, junior high, still bodyboarding, then kind of transitioning to surfing. Then started doing contests and stuff like that. It was probably a B-level pro surfer for a while. And then I kind of had every job that you could have, from pizza guy to surf shop employee. Then I started working in the surf industry.
Were you stoned for both those jobs?
I would say I never drank or smoked weed till I was 21.
Smart.
And so right when I turned 21, I was all, give it. I want
Yeah.
everything. And
You-
so I
you
had
released
that.
the dragon.
Yes, I had that phase where I was the worst surf shop employee there ever was. I mean,
Stiff competition, too.
I would literally push the limits of how stoned you could get. Go sit in the surf shop, and it was a big shop. It was where moms bring it wasn't like a hardcore little surf shop.
Yeah.
They had boards and everything, so it was a legit cool core shop, but it was huge, and they had snowboards and everything. And so I'd just be so high in there. Moms come in and go, excuse me, I'm trying to get a snowboard and boots and bindings and clothes for my son. I'm like, I don't snowboard. And she'd just be, what? And then my friend would do it and come back. She's like, dude, I just made $75 commission. I'm like, killer. I'm watching this
I did
Lost
that at my
movie
office
right
job
now.
for a while.
It was such a simple, fun time, though. I didn't have a car. I had a BMX bike, a bong, and friends with weed.
That's the
And,
life.
Yeah.
and that was it. I would just get high, go work the surf shop job, and then go home.
Did you
Nice.
know from an early age that you wanted to be in the industry for the rest of your life, essentially?
I guess what I was just talking to my girlfriend about this the other day. I wanted to be a DEA agent when I
Oh,
was
really?
a kid, or
Right.
FBI DEA
That's cool.
Yeah, sure.
when I was a kid, because I was super straight edge anti-drugs. So I
Yeah.
was till literally I was 21 years
Oh,
old.
so you were straight edge in high school and stuff?
Yeah.
Did you do the X's on your hands?
X's on hands.
Yeah.
We'd go to parties with video cameras and act drunk, and then like film drunk kids.
Mhm.
Right.
And we thought it was just really hilarious. And looking back, I mean, what is more obnoxious and annoying than a straight edge kid at a party making fun of
You were kind of picking on the
the
cool
popular kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I eventually realized that I wasn't getting laid. I was, oh wait, that's the opposite that you do to get that.
But some people stay straight edge until they're like 30s and 40s, and they still hang out with like high school straight edge kids.
Right.
Because I had like high school straight edge friends who would they fought a lot because they were probably so angry that they
Pent
weren't.
up aggression.
Yeah. And they just like to beat up kids who were like drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
And they would show up to like a fight, and I loved going to like high school fights. I'd always like try to like coordinate it and like film, and which is kind of evil. But then they would always show up with like 35-year-olds. I was like, what are these guys doing here? And it was because they were straight edge. They were still like, no
Yeah.
adults wanted to hang. Or not to pick on straight edge people too much.
Yeah.
But
I'm sort of back to being straight edge now.
me too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
much-
you're
I'm much
sober
more-
now.
yeah.
Come around.
You've been sober for.
I haven't drank in 5 years.
Oh, cool.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Are you in the
Congrats.
program?
No, I did. I did a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And then it just, I have a bunch of friends. My dad, like a group kind of satellite program, if you will. But it was cool going to meetings and really seeing the process. And for me, I knew because I'd been asked and told a bunch of times, you got to quit drinking. You're blowing it, da-da-da. But I think it's until when okay, I'm good. And there was no crazy, I wasn't nude in an alley in my own vomit. That was before. I think that was fine. That was not a bottom. But it was more of that, just the cycle. I'm like, okay, I need to stop for a little bit. And I think the goal was not drink for a month. And then after that month, I go, all right, well, it wasn't that bad. Mm-hmm. And it took probably 6 months or so to actually feel that much of a difference.
Yeah.
Which is a testament to, how gnarly alcohol is, because 6+ months to where I finally was like, oh my gosh, I feel kind of normal.
Yeah, I've had bouts of sobriety, and there's something there's an amazing feeling where you just feel like you're just building on everything. Because when you drink, you sort of like it feels like a step back in a sense. But when you're sober for a long time, it's just like everything you do, it's just you're learning more, you're progressing in everything in life, and it's
totally.
sort of you keep building it up, and
it's a
that's
challenge.
one of the cooler feelings.
It's kind of that battle too, because when you go, oh, okay, I'm drinking 3 months, all right, well, something either really bad or really good is gonna have to happen for me to break this, because I'm on a roll. And so for me, that kind of just kept going on, and now my kids are older, 7 and 10, so they're they're noticing I'm kind of trying to lead by example for them. Mm-hmm. I mean, I fuck up in many, many other ways. So that's kind of just one little proud thing to have. For them, it's kind of cool, but I don't, obviously I'm hanging out with people that are drunk and drinking and all the time, whatever, wherever. So it's not like a judge thing. I don't make fun of people when they're drunk anymore.
No, I can, when I'm in my sober periods, and like I'm a sex addict, so I don't like watch porn and stuff like that. Yeah. But I kind of like being around people when they're drunk, or even doing drugs sometimes when I'm sober, because I'm like, oh, I can still have fun with them, and also like they're kind of hilarious. I'm not judging them, but it's like you talk to someone when they're yacked out on coke when you're sober, and you're just like, whoa, this is a ride.
I just realized how annoying I was for that many years, because when you're around drunk people and you're sober, and the repetition, the close talking, the smells, it's all, holy shit, that was me. And I think that's why people in AA, that's one of the big apologies that should be made. Like, yo, I'm sorry for being so annoying all those years.
I remember there was this.
Now I'm just annoying, and that's just me. That's just my personality. I have nothing to blame it on.
Paul F. Tompkins, the comedian, said the movie Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close was about drunk people.
Exactly.
When you were boozing, did you have any crazy times on the North Shore?
Oh my God.
That sounds like so much fun. The Volcom House, I want to go there so bad.
Is that the
North Shore of Oahu, the surf mecca, the 7 Mile Miracle, was. It's still, well, not as much anymore. I mean, the ultimate party place. Yeah. Because everyone's there, everyone's basically, I don't say on vacation, because most people are there to do their job, to surf big waves and all that. But everyone else is just there to kind of watch. And so back, when I first started going there, it was just out of control, raging. And you would walk down the beach at night, and you could just walk up into any house, like, oh, there's a party at the Volcom House, there's a party at the Billabong House. It was just up and down. Now it's become more of a serious, athletic scene. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, we can't go to the Billabong House today because they're training.
They're doing yoga.
The yoga class is on. But, I think back in the day it was, I had many, many times where I was very close to being punched, thrown out of parties. They talked about North Shore midnight being around 10 o'clock. And it's so many times, because I was really good at partying. Mm-hmm. I excelled. I was probably professional level. And I would always find myself, at a party too long. So it's one thing if the party's raging and you're there and, you're surrounded by all different types of people. And then it's the next thing when you look around, you're the last white dude at the party. Yeah. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, I've been at a party before where everyone else is like, we all live here. Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Can I use the bathroom? They're like, no. You're like, all right, yeah.
I had many times where someone's like, bro, who'd you come with? I'm like, oh, these guys. I was with those guys. Yeah. And he's like, now who you here with? I'm like, I don't know. Like,
And
I should leave.
Some of those are some rough dudes, right? Some of them.
Yeah. I mean, and not just like scary Hawaiian guys, but rough trade in general. That
Right.
when you find yourself at a house party at midnight or past, that's generally when the ruffians are at their peak of roughness.
Right.
Roughhousing will
There's nothing
ensue.
left to do.
Exactly.
Did you ever party with Bruce Irons?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. There
He
was,
sounds like an animal.
It was fun. There was fun, and then there was darkness for sure.
Oh yeah.
I kind of grew up, or not grew up, but at the peak of Transworld,
Mm-hmm.
it was very Bruce Andy heavy.
Yeah, I remember that.
We went on a million trips together. Worked on a bunch of films, articles, and all that. So we were close friends, the whole crew.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think as we've all seen in the documentaries and all that, the party life just gets to a point where the fun kind of ends.
Yeah.
And, I was right there through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
The fun ended where it's kind of like, let's keep going. And it's just like being at a party past midnight.
Yeah.
But it's
Macro level.
it's
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah.
Well,
So
can
it
you
was super
explain
fun.
for the non-surf literate who Bruce and Andy Irons are.
Bruce and Andy Irons kind of became the archetype of just radical, hard living, super successful, handsome, top of the world,
Surf
rich, famous
champions.
surf champions.
And Andy was kind of like Kelly's greatest rival for
Yeah,
like a 5-year
absolutely.
stretch there.
Yeah, greatest rival. Nobody was as this is an overused word, but savage. In the water, the way he's surfing, you can still see it today. Nobody does it like Andy used to do it.
Yeah.
Every turn was just brutal, and he was just that guy that nowadays you'll see more kind of handshaking sportsmanship. And not to say that Andy was a jerk, but he, there was no, like, if he wanted to beat you, nothing was going to stop him. And, and you saw that. And
Kelly Slater's kind of the same way, right?
Kelly is kind of one of the last guys of that generation still on tour and still doing it, to where, he could tell you all about what it used to be like. I feel like there was so much more emotional
menace,
depth to those
interesting.
rivalries and to those events, because nowadays with knowing pretty much knowing a lot about all of the surfers, and again at the North Shore parties there was no cameras.
Mm-hmm.
If you showed up and you had a camera, it's like you need to put the camera away. It's dark out. Don't none of this needs to be seen. So obviously now there's way more clarity, transparency with what's happening, but back then it was just, straight up boys club and anything goes. And that kind of went into the competition as well. Now it's like there's vlogs, documentaries, everything's covered. So I think it's harder to get away with the shenanigans.
Do you miss those days? The like early 2000s?
Well, for sure.
That surfing era?
I think yes and no.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great memories.
Yeah.
And that was the peak too of surf companies having a ton of money.
Yeah.
And surf magazines being, we had magazines that were 300 plus pages. So we'd be, sitting in the meeting, drinking beer, going, okay, next 10 pages is going to be dogs in board shorts. We're going to get 25 surfboards and we're going to blow them up. Sound like a good idea? Yes. Our editorial meetings were at 3 a.m. sometimes. So the ideas came from true wild times, and you could see it in the magazine.
It's kind of a stretch too. Was there any correlation to like Jackass at that time kind of also existing and kind of like reinforcing that kind of ethos?
It was pre-Jackass, so I think a lot of it stemmed, at least the ethos of our magazine and kind of how we lived, our friends was, it came from skating, came from Big Brother magazine. We were heavy into that.
But that was kind of an antecedent to Jackass, right? Big Brother.
Yeah, so all the guys from Jackass came from there. Pre-Jackass was this video called Land Speed Video and CKY with Bam Margera.
I remember that.
And his crew. which
I
was
remember one of the guys stuck shit. One guy peed on one guy.
Yeah.
And then they came back and stuck a turd in the guy's ear. And I was like, this is the craziest, coolest shit
yeah, I
I've
love
ever
that.
seen.
Well, that was
Yeah.
really
Can't
I
kill
think
yourself.
the when it was like slapping your friends became cool and fun.
Yeah.
And bush jumping, and that was when I was probably 19, 20, 21. So to have all of that coming in while all of our friend group was just starting to drink, it was kind of the perfect storm of, when we would go to a bar, 8 of us, it was just never, we were not angry. We were not like fighters, but we would just fight each other for fun, break stuff, jump in bushes.
Yeah.
So that was kind of where, not where we learned it all, but it became really fun and popular in our group. And I think in surfing and skating was like jump off stuff, slap your friends, pee on each other. Great times.
Always fun.
Peeing on each other and slapping each other. I mean,
I love peeing
where
on
has
my
that
dogs.
gone? Let's bring that back.
Dude, we could bring that back here.
I peed on someone once. I have a lot of regret about it.
Yeah.
I wish I could erase it. Yeah.
Well, you can't erase
We're
pee.
still homies though.
You could try it again.
I think I'm done.
You could redeem yourself, dude.
It might be coming back.
I offered to let him pee on me, and he was like, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, come on, just pee on me.
If he would have done it, it would have been even.
Yeah.
But now he knows he has that over you.
But I genuinely don't think he wants to.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
He had some doubt when he said that.
Yeah, I sensed it too.
I don't think he wants it.
Yeah, maybe.
What's his number?
It seems like nowadays surfing has become more like surfers treat themselves more as athletes, whereas back in the day it was sort of like a lifestyle, maybe treated more as an art. Do you sort of have you seen that transition?
Yeah, I think back in the day when I guess everybody was kind of partying, for lack of a better term, everybody's partying. So now we see that being replaced by training, which is great. I mean, we're seeing better surfing than ever, right? The level that men, women are at, boys and girls, cats and dogs. We're seeing better surfing than we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So you can't hate on people training.
Yeah.
And we're also seeing longer careers. We're seeing all of that coming from, I would say, less partying and more training. It's not sexy really, but it's healthier and it's working.
Yeah.
You're just seeing better surfers, better surfing, and more of them.
But so we hung out with some dudes from Hurley a couple weeks ago, and they had mentioned that just in surf apparel, that the industry was kind of shrinking because like in the early 2000s, it was cool for like everyone to wear surf gear, even if you didn't surf.
Yeah.
Do you think that the market share for surfing could be shrinking because some of that ethos is gone? Like if it still had that wild spirit of like partying and fighting and all that kind of like romantic heightened stuff.
Wild West type behavior.
Yeah. Do you think it would, even if the surfing was a little bit worse, it would be better for just selling it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
Or is it now it's like corporate?
trends dictate it. I feel like a lot of times if you see a pro surfer, a cool surfer, they're wearing a band shirt or they're wearing a white t-shirt. Whereas
Right.
it used to be, 90s, early 2000s, it was like as big a logo as you could get. Remember the trunks?
Yeah.
I mean, the trunks were pants basically with huge logos on the sides. And now it would be kind of hard to find, a surf brand that has a whole line of big, those big giant logos are gone. It's like, tiny little arm logo. So
Yeah.
I think the identity of surf clothing is really kind of blended into the landscape of all clothing, be it streetwear or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when you see a pair of trunks now, it's like, okay, that's a black pair of trunks, and you wouldn't know if it's Ruka, Hurley, Vans, or whatever. But now it's kind of more on that technical side. Like I got a pair of these new Vans trunks, and they have no fly in the front. Have you seen those?
Yeah, we got some Hurley ones where
They're great.
like that new waistband
everything
technology.
is so comfortable and so
Amazing.
good.
It's so comfortable.
So it's kind of like you don't have to look like a quote unquote surfer, but you're still wearing the surf brand.
A lot of surfers are very dapper now. Like I'll look at like Connor Coffin or like they like have like stylized hair.
yeah,
It's
hairstyle.
like they like
Or Manscaped.
well-fitting Manscaped. Julian Wilson Very manscaped.
Good
You,
looking
you look
dude.
back. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so fun to pick up a surf magazine from the '90s.
Mhm.
I mean, the '80s. I have a bunch of photos on my phone because I was just looking at an '80s surf magazine, 1984. Best ads ever, illustrated sharks with like a moon coming up and a guy on a board, but there's no wave. It's crazy. But then you look at the '90s, and it was all about big glasses, fisheye lens. And for some reason in the ads, it was a lot of people eating food.
Mm-hmm.
It was like taking a bite of burrito with the big logo on the front, and so it's really fun to look at 90s magazines and go, oh my God, like these clothes are so crazy. But then you see little things that come back, like the puffy shoes now are back, right? Balenciaga fat shoes are $500 and the hypest thing you can get. Osiris, DC, everybody's coming back with these big chunky shoes.
Oh, those are coming back? I used to
Coming
rock
back.
those. You worked in apparel, right? Or you worked for Arnett sunglasses?
I've worked for everything.
Right, yeah.
Arnett, Reef, Hurley, Billabong. I was actually in Hurley's first ever ad in a zine, and I was nude with chips and salsa all over my body,
Nice.
covering it. That was before they started doing those nude sushi parties.
Really?
Yeah. So I was in
How did you get
Hurley's
that
first
gig?
ad.
Did you have to go up against other naked guys? Or
No,
were
it was
you-
just me. I used to be I was a roadie for Blink-182.
Yeah, I wanted to get into this too, yeah.
And we would just, wreck shit backstage and mess with people. And I think it was in Alaska. And they were these people, these college kids were coming in to interview them. And so I'm like, well, I'm just going to lay over here naked. And so they're like, yeah. Oh, wait, here. So I laid on a table naked with chips and salsa and beans and cheese and stuff like all over my body. And we didn't say anything.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, grab some chips. It was just kind of like, all right, cool, yeah, here, sit down. And they were doing this interview and eating the chips off my body. And the kids interviewing him, they didn't say anything for the first 15 minutes. So they were just tripping. They thought it was their thing.
Yeah.
So that was where that picture came from.
Right.
First early ad.
What was it like hanging out with Blink-182 and Green Day? And this was when they were
Yeah.
Huge.
I was a roadie. Yeah, I was a roadie and a drum tech for Blink when they were still small. And then they got to a level where Travis Barker got in the band. So I started with the previous drummer. His name was Scott. Normal little drum kit. Travis got in the band. Drum kit got a little bigger, and I was like, I didn't know how to do any of that. I kind of just winged it.
Mm-hmm.
And so his drum set started getting more and more technical, and eventually he was doing Tommy Lee spinning in the air on a crane and shit. But for me, it was kind of like I got to this certain point where I didn't know how to set up his drum set anymore.
Right.
Because it kind of got out of my realm of expertise, which was nothing.
Was
So-
he a better drummer than the dude from before?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Travis is
One of the best.
Yeah, he's still considered, I'd say, one of the best. But I did it for a couple years, and then we always were homies with everybody. And so, Riding in Vans with Boys, the documentary that my band Cut You Up was in, kind of just stemmed from a dare. I didn't have a band, and I remember telling the guys in Blink, you guys got to listen to good, your music is terrible. You have to listen to good music, Fugazi, Sonic Youth, Bowie. There's good music out there, and you guys are blowing it. Your shit's
You
terrible.
told them that?
Yeah.
That their music was bad?
Yeah.
How did they receive that?
Well, I mean, they were playing arenas, so they're it's actually better than you might think. I'm like, no. It doesn't
You
matter
don't
where
get
you're
it.
playing. Yeah.
You don't get it.
And so, I'd always go my band is way better than you guys. And so they finally were like, okay, well, we'll put your band on to open for us at an arena in San Diego. And I'm like, fine. So I just got some friends and we
Aaron,
made a
what's
band.
up?
That was my first concert.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
Cox Arena, San Diego State.
Thank you.
I was 16 years old.
What?
That was my first show. I saw Cut You Up open for
Sky.
Phoenix
That's
TX
awesome.
and
I knew
Blink-182.
it.
Well,
I knew I liked this guy.
Aaron, was Cut You Up better than Blink?
Sorry, dude. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
dude,
you're
Aaron.
not
They
alone,
came out with
man.
two drummers, though.
dude.
2 drummers to start
Yeah.
the show was pretty cool.
It was-
Aaron.
so we were an avant-garde indie rock band.
And you're still playing.
Still
right?
playing, and for that particular show, oh, that's so rad! Small world.
Yeah.
We got booed for the first half of our set.
Were you booing, Aaron?
No, I was not.
So we had played one show at a bar before that.
Mm-hmm.
So our second show ever was at an arena with, I don't know, was there 10,000 people? It was giant.
Yeah, it was big.
Huge. And we were like, okay, we don't care. You know, we didn't have anything to really lose. So, we came out. We had space helmets on, 2 drummers, and we played our weird shit. Booed for the first half, and then by the second half, people were kind of like getting it.
That's awesome.
And then after we played, we caused $2,500 worth of damage to our backstage room. And so we got a bad reputation.
What would you guys do?
immediately.
So like you guys were breaking, like would you guys just like kind of look at each other and be like, it's time to break shit? Or would one guy just come in and be like, nice microwave? And
It would just escalate, yeah. Organic
organic.
escalation.
Right.
Yeah, and so
It's
we got
time to
that.
destroy
Yeah, we
shit.
got that reputation, which was totally warranted.
Were you kind of the leader, or like would you set
definitely
the tempo?
one of the instigators?
Right.
Yeah, I mean we got wild. Like
Well-
we would get really wild.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Did you break guitars and shit?
Yeah, we broke guitars.
What do you play?
I play everything poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Drums, bass, guitar, sing. I actually have a new single
That sounds like a band.
coming out soon that I just finished the other day. And
We'll hype it on the pod. Let
I
us know.
don't have I didn't play the saxophone on this, but I had a saxophone player come in.
Nice.
It is sensual. It is. I mean, this is breaking news. So we could save that for the album. I can give you a sample later if you want.
Do
But
it.
yeah, so I, just kind of made it up. Yes, I play guitar. Yes, I play drums. And I grew up listening to Sonic Youth and Slint and kind of avant-garde music where it wasn't about how many chords
like the
you
hook
knew,
or something
yeah,
like
and
that, yeah.
making real songs. It was just kind of about playing something that sounded cool to you. So that's kind of, I just the other day. I mean, I've been in a band now for 20-something years. I've released a bunch of songs on my own. I was jamming with this other dad from my school. He's like, "Oh yeah, play a E or something." I'm all, I don't know what that is. Like, it's pretty embarrassing because I was telling him like, "Oh yeah, I just recorded this song. It was killer. I played all the instruments. Can't wait till it comes out." He's like, "Oh sick. All right, well let's jam." He's like, "Play a E." I'm like, where does my finger go for that one?
This one?
And
Oh,
it's
it's
still
E
that's still
minor.
what happens at band practice. I'll play it like a riff, right? And the rest of the band will all start jamming. And then one of the guitar players so it's Brandon, Brendan, and Matt Amador in the band. And somebody will be like, "Oh, it'd be sick if you switched over to the G chord." I'm like, and that is that. You kind of like put your finger on the spot and look like, yeah,
You're, like,
no?
testing
one
it
more
out.
down, yeah. Till where literally Brandon oftentimes is coming over and putting my finger where it goes. Put your finger where it goes. Have your buddy put your finger where it goes, and good things can happen.
For sure.
Would Tom DeLonge ever corner you and tell you about aliens?
Oh yeah,
Really?
all the time.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
So, yeah, what percentage of his conversation did that make up?
It didn't used to be like that, but eventually it became all encompassing.
It
Right.
seems like it, yeah.
All aliens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
wild.
What do you think it was? Was he just? What do you think it was that drove him to that
Madness?
kind of
Drove him to madness.
or fanaticism or obsession? But yeah,
I think just maybe just kind of boredom with the band, and when you're rich and you have a lot of time on your hands, you can indulge in your hobbies. I think more than a normal person. Maybe he's always been into it, so it wasn't like a new thing. But
It's just escalated.
yeah, exactly.
what was Green Day like?
Green Day was rad.
They're good dudes.
Yeah, we became we went out with Blink as like their pet project, and a couple days into the tour, we're kind of swayed into the Green Day camp, we weren't even supposed to talk to them. We were not supposed to. They had it in writing, like, do not engage with Green Day.
Green Day put that in the writing, or
yeah, well, Green Day's management was like, we don't want anything to do with you guys, because I think the way it was pitched to them was, oh, these guys are crazy. They're going to be wasted, eating acid before their shows, and blah blah blah. And they're like, okay, well, that's your thing. Like, you need to keep them away from us. So of course, the first thing we did, the first show, was barge into their dressing room and drink all their booze, and then they loved us. Yeah.
Nice.
And dude, I heard you on the other podcast, another podcast you were on, Wild Ideas in the Wilderness. I fucked up the name.
Wild Ideas Worth Living.
Yeah, and you were great on it. And then
thank you.
You talked about you have a mantra, or you're into doing mantras and stuff like that.
I had a mantra.
What was it that all?
I am a beacon for new ideas. Or new opportunities.
Oh,
it's like abundance.
Well, obviously you're not using it anymore.
I'm not.
Are you
I did it.
Are you out
whatever
of the
that mantra was? I did it.
It was about like abundance, right? Like, I attract abundance.
Yeah, it was. I did not say abundance.
No,
but something like that.
But you're not doing mantras
anymore.
anymore.
Damn it, dude! I had a whole song about it too. I know it. Yes, but it worked. I've made it.
Right.
I'm fixed.
You got all the new opportunities.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I don't need it anymore.
well, it's cool because you have created a career out of your lifestyle
I just remembered it.
of having fun.
I'm a magnet of new opportunities
There we go.
and prosperity.
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought abundance was prosperity.
Yeah.
That's where I got mixed
Prosperity is way cooler than abundance.
up. Yeah.
I'm wearing my Abundance Always t-shirt right now.
Are you really?
Under?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
That'd be a sick shirt, though. How about Abundance with Chad and JT?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be this. If we
Yeah,
do
our logo could be like
podcast.
a crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a crystal abundance.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like a cornucopia of like food and
Food,
vegetables.
Oh,
Yeah.
like true abundance
Yeah.
and cash.
Yeah. All kinds of abundance. Not decadence. Abundance.
No, and it's all meant to be shared.
I'm
Dude,
looking at you're on your computer, but you're just looking at emails. You're not looking at anything about me.
No, dude, these emails are emails that we're going to answer.
It's all about me.
No, these are emails that we answer, and I'd love for you to answer some of the listeners' questions with us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, before I just got a question. Have you surfed pipe?
Yes.
Oh, good.
What's that like out in the lineup?
I have not surfed it in the traditional sense of it being the bonsai pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
I surfed it probably a couple feet overhead.
Okay.
They would call that 2 feet here in Los Angeles. Or I'm sorry, they would call it 2 feet in
there.
Hawaii. Here, you would probably call it 4 to 6 feet.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. It's really fast.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch it on video, it looks doable. And that's what most of these crazy waves in the world. I've surfed Chopo and Tahiti, Cloud Break. And you watch them on video and you go, I could do that. I want to do that. You know, not on like a crazy huge scale, but when you see it, when it's head high, a couple feet overhead, you're going, oh yeah, I got it. But then you get out there,
Yeah.
and the reality of how fast those waves are. I mean, pipeline, you're sitting there, and when it's at a normal size that normal people should be able to handle, I mean, it's flat, and then all of a sudden, just boom,
Mhm.
with
Jacks up.
it's under a second, the wave jacks up, and if you're not, when you see that level of surfing in real life, whether it's guys doing airs or guys surfing big barreling waves, I mean, that's when you kind of realize how incredible and talented and, you know, the specimen that they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is, I mean, I was a former quote unquote professional surfer, and I got pitched 4 times in a row trying to surf pipe. And I thought it was like good.
And you can see the reef like right under the water when you're surfing,
I mean,
right? It's very shallow.
It's super shallow. It's so scary. And that was the reason why I was stunted in pro surfing. Was I went to Hawaii when I was 16, and I was the first day I got there, I go, I need to get a job because this is super scary. You know, I could do airs and all that, and I made a living doing that for a little bit, but it got to the point where, you know, you're going to be in the Triple Crown? No, I was scared in Huntington Beach yesterday, so I don't think the Triple Crown's for me.
Dude, yeah. Whenever it's big and I'm like a beach break in LA, I'm like, I can't imagine. It's just like, 8 feet. And
Yeah.
I'm like getting kind of scared. I'm like, I can't imagine like 10-foot pipeline.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, like when you see like Bruce Irons drop in,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, he does it so simply and so smooth.
Yeah,
with like
it
his
looks
fingers
so
just like
easy.
It looks so yeah.
Well, and all those waves look so perfect too, because
They
you don't,
do,
you don't,
yeah.
you see the wipeouts and stuff, but when you see it in real life, cloud break is a perfect example of a wave that you're literally bred to think is the most perfect wave.
It looks like it. Yeah.
You go out there and you are going to get smoked no matter what, because the wave itself, I mean, you have to be an incredibly good tube rider to even make that wave. Every wave is a closeout for a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nowhere to escape. So even, when it's double overhead, you're paddling and you think, oh, most perfect waves in the world have a channel, and you can, if you see a big wave coming, you just paddle over. But it's not like that there, because that wave is so fast, you cannot get out of the way. You just get lit up no matter what. So first time out there, I'm gonna get the barrel of my life. Jumped off the boat, started paddling in, went too far out, looked out, set came, and detonated me, and I just went in. I go, I'm
You
fine.
tried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a long time where my ego was crushed daily, and I was embarrassed, and I would end up doing really weird shit to like get out of surfing big waves, like literally, pre-cutting my leash string,
Mm-hmm.
loosening fin. I mean, because of,
Right. To save face.
yeah. And it's in this sport or activity or whatever, it's a macho thing, and it's like embarrassing if you're scared of big waves. I'm not embarrassed about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't have anything to prove.
It's
But
scary.
back then I did have something to prove, and so, I would manufacture reasons like why I wouldn't surf that day. Oh, I don't have the right up.
Did anyone
Fins,
ever call you out? Were they like, Chris, we've noticed a pattern here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Let's go. And it got to the point where I'd be like, no, I'm not. I don't want to.
Yeah, I was at Monuments in Cabo. It was like 8 feet,
Yeah.
6 to 8 feet. And I got one wave. I'm like, all right, that's it.
I did it.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm like I've gotten to the age where I'm like I'd rather not die.
Yeah.
Like there's
And
no one on the beach and like
it also gets to a point where you're just so scared you're not having fun. Some
Yeah.
people thrive on that. I'm just not. Like I don't ollie 20 stairs, 10 stairs. I don't ollie 3 stairs because I don't need to. I just have fun doing other things.
Bro, I don't even ollie, so
Yeah,
I'm in
well,
awe.
we're
of
there
you
together.
doing
You'll get
anywhere.
there.
Yeah.
You're an ollie.
yeah, out of all the things I do, surfing is by far the hardest.
Surfing's hard.
They say stand-up comedy is the hardest art. I think surfing's the hardest art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're
Like-
one of the rare people who is very familiar with both, too.
Yeah.
Good at both.
Jerry
I'll do-
Seinfeld, I don't think he's been in the water
Yeah, I'll
much.
be like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Why don't we go hit cloud break together and then we'll talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Except I couldn't
you
surf.
think you're
I-
funny?
Yeah.
I couldn't even surf cloud
He
break, so
shreds.
I'd get destroyed
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go hit. Where could I hit with Seinfeld?
Comedy Cellar?
It's a Comedy Cellar.
Montauk?
Or a break, you mean? That
Comedy
you could both
Cellar, then
handle?
Montauk.
Trestles?
Comedy Cellar,
Yeah.
take the A train
Trust-
to Rockaway,
Yeah.
and then see who's funny.
That's a nice day.
Yeah.
Yeah, do stand up on inside the tube.
Why don't you make a sitcom about this?
And you also did the commentary at Jaws, right?
Yeah.
For their event?
Big wave, yeah, some big wave world tour events. Jaws was crazy. The Eddie at Waimea on its biggest, scariest year.
Are you scared for the surfers? Or are you
Yeah. I did an event called Cape Fear at a place called Ours, and we were on site. We were right above the break, and every single time somebody wiped out or crashed, the wave is so gnarly. It's so close to the rocks. It's just, I mean, it shouldn't be a wave that's ridden by anyone. And this was one of those days where you're commentating, with a partner. I think I was with Aki at the time, or Dave Wassel, kind of going back and forth. Guys would slam and be underwater, and you would literally usually you're kind of going, oh yeah, like that dude fell. That was crazy. This one, it was kind of like you had this emergency protocol. Everything was set up to where they would go and save people, but every single wave, every single wipeout, you would have to take a breath. Somebody slams and you go, all right, let's see if he comes up, because literally it looked like somebody could have died on every single wave. And so and I kind of go through that sometimes with skate events that I do. I do the Vans Park series, and these, it's giant cement skate parks, and people literally doing the craziest tricks, and you're just going, I don't like slam videos and all that.
No, me neither.
So it's kind of like, usually in a surf contest, pipeline is a rare case, Chopo, Cloud Break, places, big wave events, but usually it's beach breaks around the world or whatever, and somebody kind of slams it or eats it. It's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's other events where you just have to stop talking and just wait till you see the guys, you see his board and you're going, okay, come on. And sometimes it feels like a long time.
Yeah.
But then you'll see the guy pop up. And one of the craziest things that I see contest after contest, whether it's skate, surf, or snow, is somebody slams at that level, they eat it so bad. And especially in surfing, you'll see a wipeout that would just kill all of us at once. And they just grab their board, boom, right back out.
Crazy.
And so you learn to just be silent during these
you
in-between moments?
Yeah, you just kind of take a breath and, you wait. You see it in skate a lot. Somebody will slam and they're laying on the ground. And the people that are producing it, filming it and editing it, or directing, they'll address the situation, and we have protocols that we say, we have a great medical staff, and they'll make sure that this person's all good, and they'll take it off. They do it in all sports, right? You'll see the crash, the accident, or Durant, you see his leg, right?
Yeah.
They show it because it's live, and then they usually take a beat and come off of that, show the crowd
Film
or something
else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so you can kind of get back to normality.
Right.
And
to give respect to the person.
Totally.
Yeah.
And skate, whatever. It's like you see these dudes, guys, girls pop up. And in skate, it's crazy. And when you see somebody slam on a particular part of the park or on a certain trick, more often than not, 99% of the time, they'll drop right back in and try that again to immediately kind of conquer it. I see that so much, and that is scary. When you see somebody slam doing, whatever, nose grind, right? They slam, and you're going, oh my God. Like that.
Don't do
I'm
that
done
again.
for 6 months after that.
Yeah.
They're up, dropping right back in, and you go, the kid is back on the escalator. They're going back to the same spot. It's crazy.
I see so many surfers saying that when it's huge in like Hawaii or something, they're like, you just gotta get pounded.
Yeah.
Just to get that fear a little bit out of you.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll get pounded. I'll be like, all right, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Right. Has all this concussion stuff, has that changed at all how some of these athletes are approaching the sport, or how, like, because I hear about it a lot in football and hockey and stuff, and combat sports, I guess. Has that permeated into action sports?
I think
as much?
at a slower pace than it had. Well, I mean, I guess with football, really, it's just in the last 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, it's
right?
fairly recent.
Yeah, so I think it's similar. I think in skate right now, you're seeing it with the Olympics coming up. If it's an Olympic qualifier event, if you're under 18, you have to wear a helmet. And we've never seen that before. Mandatory helmet in skate. In snow, you have to wear a helmet no matter what age, what, rails, jumps, half pipe, whatever. You cannot compete without a helmet. So I think that's probably going to happen with skate soon. With surfing, I mean, you probably see one guy in a helmet out of 500. And these are guys that have sustained previous head injuries. So,
was it Owen Wright?
Yeah.
Had the bad.
Right.
Owen Wright.
Yeah.
And he's all the way back, though, right?
He's all the way back, yeah. So it's definitely not as common or talked about in surfing. Unfortunately, I think with now we have this kind of more generations of research or study pool to pull from, that will definitely be a conversation. Nathan Fletcher, who's one of the gnarliest guys in the world, always wears a helmet now, just because he's just said, I've hit my head enough, I've done it enough. He's got kids and stuff, so he's like, I'm wearing a helmet. Like he's as cool as a surfer gets, so he can do whatever he wants,
right?
And maybe that will trickle down. I don't know.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I remember my dad would force us to wear helmets skiing,
Yeah.
And then we were the only ones, and now it's every single person.
Yeah.
And if someone's not wearing a helmet, you're like,
whoa.
yeah.
Yeah, you see him like kind of slaloming down the mountain. You're like, all right, that person needs to be like protected.
Well, it's a classic,
for their sake.
you know,
ours.
it's just, I hate, you know, or I don't hate to. I'll say the word woke, but my parents never once told me to wear a helmet on my bike in front of the house, on my skateboard, whatever. They were just like, it wasn't, I think I had one maybe, but now my kid was riding a baby's, like a toddler bike, you know, with no pedals the other day without a helmet. I'm like, yo, put your helmet on. He's all, Dad, this is a bike for a 3-year-old. I don't care. You know, I think just now it's, I don't know. It's
Are
like,
your kids going to be action sports like demons?
I mean, I just provide, I'm not a contest dad. Like, I just provide them. Trust me, I got stoked when they were saying, Dad, I want to skate, you know, because I'm always skating in front of them and surfing and all that. And so I always just offered it like, hey, we can skate, we can do this. And they weren't really super into it until they could do it on their own. And you'll see when I think a lot of times when, as the dad, I think I'm a cool dad. Like, I can still skate and surf and do all this, but they don't want to hear it from me. So we would get them lessons at the skate park, because when some teenagers like, yo, you got to put your feet here and this and that, they're like, oh, okay. And I'm all, dude, I've been telling you that since you were 4. Like,
Right.
What's up? And they're all, shut up, Dad. So it's kind of like that, you know. And you know, my son is into coding, and both of them are into or in their school they're in a bilingual program, so they learn multiple languages and all this. And I'm like, yo, keep coding, like that's sick. You know, keep working on your Spanish. We can surf and skate, do all that whenever. But that right there, like, that's how you're gonna take Dad to Tavarua, because you're a coder and you're gonna be a millionaire. You know, there's everywhere I surf, skate, there's parents, coaches, filmers, and it's pretty radical. And nothing against it. Like, if that's your passion, that's totally cool. I don't, you know, let him do whatever.
Yeah.
More waves for me, man. My kids aren't out there.
So, Chris, can we answer some listeners' questions with you?
Yes,
cool. Let me just plug this in because I'm running low on battery.
Oh, his juice is low. So you guys pounded these drinks.
Yeah, this is like almond milk and then some other blue stuff.
Did you already go to the gym today?
What's up?
Did you already go to the gym?
I did. Yeah.
Should I not drink this if I didn't go to the gym?
No, it's just almond milk. It's not super cool.
Yeah, it's good probiotics. Yeah.
This color and this is gonna go good with what I just had for lunch.
The chili.
Chili spot.
Dude.
Sketchy.
Stokers.
It's literally a block away.
Yeah, Chris went to this chili spot and it was it looked pretty filthy.
You know, it's been there since 1900.
Yeah, I think they
They're
haven't
doing
changed.
something right.
Yeah.
And other things wrong.
Yeah.
Which I think I'll see and feel on my drive home.
Yeah.
When I get in my car and I'm on the 5 South, the chili might come back to haunt me. Chili and almond milk. Red chili, blue almond milk.
Yeah.
And I had a Dr. Pepper, which I hadn't had in, I don't know, 5 years.
Dude, I was at a show last night and they were talking about Dr. Pepper and I'm like, you know what? I need to grab a Dr. Pepper ASAP.
It was a Pep in a bottle, you know, old school style.
Oh, good stuff.
So
You gotta have the glass bottle.
Yeah, I
Glass
feel
bottle
like-
of Coke.
yeah, like, what is it? A Mexican Coke that has real sugar.
Cane sugar or
Yeah,
something?
I think it was of that same ilk.
Yeah.
It was in the same thing cabinet.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Some of my best memories are summer, it's hot, I'd be like skating or something, and I go get a giant Coke.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, I never drink soda anymore, but
I don't either.
Did I say sody? I never drink sody. I don't drink soda anymore, but sometimes when you sneak a little run for the border, Taco Bell.
Oh yeah.
Something like that where, I don't know, every once in a while it sounds so good.
If we have like a big show or something, I'll always get like a McFlurry after.
Yeah, dude.
well,
celebrate.
treat yourself.
Springsteen says you got to celebrate every like big moment with like an ice cream scoop or something.
Yeah.
I fully agree with that. Whatever the boss says goes.
I know, he's always just right on the money.
The boss is always right.
All right, first question. What's up, my lords? I was recently listening to one of your pods, and one of the stokers asked a question about his dong name. It got me thinking that I haven't had a name for my dong since I was with my ex-girlfriend about 8 years ago. My dong used to be named Piper, and he responded to the name without fail. Whenever me and the ex-GF would get intimate and we transitioned from foreplay to play, I'd always announce, it's time to pay the piper. I've been with my current girlfriend for over 6 years now, and everything is just dandy, but I'm feeling some nostalgia on how stoked I would get from having a dong name and a catchphrase. I was hoping you guys could help me nail down a good dong name to raise my stoke, Pen 15. Names, phrases I am considering. Moses, I hold out my staff and the Red Sea is parted. Hulk smash. He-Man, I have the power. Malfoy, make her say the catchphrase, give it here, Malfoy. Kind regards from Slaughterhouse.
Well, we would have to really see a picture of it I think. Do you have a picture of it?
Of his dong?
Yeah. I mean, to give it, if we want to really do it right.
I see what you're saying. Because we don't want to make it sound bigger than it is.
He sent one.
Conjecture here.
He sent one, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share it with anyone beyond.
It's just private?
Chad and I. Yeah.
Well.
And it's a good looking piece.
List out some names and we'll let you know if they fit.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Vlad.
The Impaler.
Yeah. But you just see how quick you said the Impaler?
Yeah.
If you announce that to your lady, your boyfriend, whatever, you're like, meet Vlad. The first thing they're going to think is the Impaler, which is about to happen.
Right. You want to have good associations with
it's
the
a hard
name.
word to it's not a beautiful word to say, Vlad.
Yeah, the Slavic language isn't as
Vlad. But
easy on the ears.
Right away, the Impaler's what follows that.
I was a lot of people go for like force or like you're gonna drop the hammer, names like that. But I would name it Maharishi. He brought transcendental meditation to the West. I'd be like, yeah, he's a wise guy.
You could
nice. So do we have a catchphrase for that? Like, meet the Maharishi. Prepare to be balanced.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Do you have your mantra ready?
Yeah.
Because
it's time for some. It's time for some namas play.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of times too, that nobody, and I don't know because again, I might be out of the loop in penis naming.
I doubt that, Chris.
Penis naming conventions, naming your ween after a living person. So you had said the word hammer, sledgehammer.
Mm-hmm.
What if you named it Peter Gabriel?
Sledgehammer.
And so.
Because look in your eyes. In your eyes, you're seeing the sledgehammer.
Meet Peter Gabriel, and they're like, well, I'm your sledgehammer. Bum, bum, with the fruit and the animation.
I love that. And I just have one too. Kenny Loggins.
Yes.
What do you think? Danger Zone.
Zone. No, you're right.
Because I haven't been tested for STDs in a while.
Yeah, right into the danger zone.
Yeah. I was thinking this girl, Christy, that I went to high school with was really creative. And she asked me what I would name my penis. And I couldn't come up with anything. I asked her. And right away she said Sir Francis Drake. And I always thought that was pretty cool. And then you could say something like, it's time to sail the high seas and go to work.
That's a deep one.
A conquistador.
Yeah.
Or to just name it Drake. And if there's no reason other than I used to like Drake, and that's what
when it's soft, it's Aubrey. When it's hard, it's Drake.
Yeah.
Aubrey?
Because that's Drake's real name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not
Klay
know that.
Thompson told Drake that he told the media he's only calling Drake Aubrey until the finals are over.
Legend.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard Drake calls his house YOLO Manor.
Oh, nice.
Like, there's this girl, when I first moved to LA, she'd be like, I'm going to YOLO Manor tonight. And I'm like, sweet. Have fun.
And she used to go there?
Yeah, she would go there.
And
I don't know how she...
Wow. How's she doing?
I don't know. I think she went back to England.
Oh. So I guess she's all YOLO'd out.
Sorry I don't have more details for the story.
No, have fun on the other side. All right, please make this is another one about Dick. Hey, Stokers, I'm a longtime listener of the pod or close to it. I'm a longtime listener of the pod and a fellow South OC native from Laguna Niguel. Boom, clap. I'm writing in to seek advice with the current situation I'm having with my balls. This might sound weird, but my balls always fluctuate in size on the daily, and I'm not sure if it is based on the temperature around my sack or a deeper problem with a hidden meaning. Do you guys ever experience this in your daily lives? Fortunately, my balls always come out to play and hang pretty nice when it comes to bone time, so no complaint about my balls when it's really time to perform. However, I just get weirded out when my balls get all shriveled and smaller than when I saw them last. Thanks, Stoker, for always keeping my stoke tank full in my darkest hours.
Is that a question?
Yeah,
or a comment?
No, I think
wants like reassurance.
Yeah, he wants to know how to
celebrate.
If he can either fix the situation or if he can accept the situation. And I think it's the latter. You just, stop picturing balls as one thing. They don't have to be one size or one shape or look a certain way. All balls are different. They're all not that great looking. So I think whatever your balls are, It's fucking good enough, my dog.
I was always a little self-conscious because mine are kind of a tight package.
Nice.
I
love that.
Yeah, the business end is great. The underside, right, is a pretty tight package. But I always kind of thought it would be fun to have ones that kind of swing.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
it's kind of rare that mine swing. But a side note of that is I thought it was time 2 days ago. I played my kids AC/DC Big Balls for the first time in their young lives, and they thought it was hilarious. That's such a great song about balls.
Oh, I haven't heard it.
Big Balls? You've never heard
I haven't heard it
AC/DC
either.
Big Balls?
I promise you I'll be blasting it with the windows
it's
down
great.
on the Prius.
And imagine
on
a
the way
7
home.
and a 10-year-old hearing that for the first time. You guys will probably have a similar reaction.
Sweet.
They thought it was a little inappropriate, but really funny.
Nice.
Dude, I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, it's great.
What would you tell this young stoker about his nuts?
I would say, it's not all about the appearance. Be proud of what they're doing for you.
Yeah, if they're making jizz.
They're creating jizz and life force, and you're gonna be able to like shoot it. Sorry, but yeah, like just be like, and when they move around, when they like get smaller and stuff, be like, I'm proud of you guys for being cognizant of your temperature.
They're smart.
They're surviving.
You're gauging your temperature so you can keep making jizz for me, so I can have something to show for my hard work.
Yeah,
That's
I think
so
if
true,
If
dude.
it feels good when they're touched, they should be celebrated no matter what the size.
If you're looking at a factory, you're
Yeah.
not judging it by the exterior. You're judging it by how well the machinery is working inside.
Yeah.
And
So
what
if
comes
production
out,
is,
yeah.
up to snuff,
Yeah.
then whatever it takes, baby.
Just give them a big what up. Be like, dudes, thank you so much, because you're gonna produce a little shredder.
And they always look sexy when it's time for bonage. So, I mean, they know when to,
Yeah.
spruce up and look their best.
You're like, all right, boys, it's time.
Yeah,
it's hard to
wedding
get,
season. Let's put on our tux.
Since
Yeah.
you don't see them that often, it's kind of, you have to, there's mirror angles and stuff that you would have to get to really get down there and give them a good look and talk to
Yeah.
them and pep them, So you
Yeah.
have to put in energy and effort.
And there are diets for your nuts,
Yeah.
to be better.
This stuff?
I like
A
what
lot
you're
of
saying.
squash.
I like what you're saying. Acknowledge the dark side of your sack.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like the moon.
Escape them.
Dude, I picture when the balls are getting ready to like produce, to like look good for boning time. They're like a bunch of Navy SEALs in an airplane getting ready to skydive.
Yeah.
They all just stand up, put their helmets on, and
Go.
jump.
X-ray
time.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's go time.
What's up, councils? My name's Andy, and I have a large problemo with chasing a real relationship. I've previously only had 2 relationships. I've been cheated on during both of the relationships, and now I'm finding it hard for me to build up trust with a dimer and start something that could be beautiful. I want to ask this girl on a date, but I'm too much of a poontang to do it. Do y'all have any advice for this dire problem in my life at the moment?
Oh. It's going to take a minute, huh? I mean, he's been hurt before.
He's been cheated on twice,
Yeah.
so he's had some bad experiences that I think are kind of making him be pessimistic about all future opportunities.
I think that there's multiple. There's 1, 2, 3. There's multiple people out there for everyone. The fact that he has acknowledged the fact that he's been hurt before shows that he's kind of, he's looked that issue in the face and he's dealing with it. I think he needs to give himself some credit for getting past that and not getting angry. And he's got to go into his, his future relationship with not a closed off heart, because maybe that was one of the reasons why he was cheated on, was he was closed off. If you're open and honest with your forthcoming partner, you have a less of a chance of getting hurt like that.
I like that.
Yeah,
That was
don't
great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Really?
Let me give you his number.
You're a good
Call
dude.
him.
I like it,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Getting cheated on sucks.
Yeah. I feel for the guy. I don't have much more to add on top of that. I love being present, honest, and open. I think
Accepting
it's the best.
abundance.
Accepting abundance, prosperity.
Like,
Yeah.
you just got to get yourself pumped up, watch whatever gets you jacked, listen to whatever gets you jacked, get all that energy, and call this girl and just say, what up?
Throw on that helmet and jump out of the plane.
Yeah.
It's empowered vulnerability.
Yeah, trying to connect.
Another
Yeah.
shirt, another T-shirt we could make. Empowered vulnerability.
I love that. All right, what's up, Chad? What up, JT? My boy has got a real dilemma on his hands, and he doesn't know how to handle this sitch. So my B&H, boy from home, I love that, has been crushing on this girl for mad long, and she has always been so flirty with him and has led him on for years. So last week, they had an apartment in the city to themselves, got some drinks, and went back, and boom, nothing happened. The kicker is, he was more certain than Bran Stark that he was going to take his little Jeffrey for a swim. His stoke tank is nearing empty. Is he the schmoll? Should he give up on this chick? Need your help, Stokers. J-Bear.
Friend zone.
What,
Dude.
so they got an apartment, nothing happened.
I mean, yeah.
And he's been after her for a while.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe he's got a shot in the future. The thing I really like about this is that this dude's reaching out on behalf of his dog
Yeah.
to see how he can help his homie. So just keep supporting him. I think it'll turn out all right for your buddy. But good on you.
I respectfully have to disagree. I'm on your show, I'm on your terms here, but I feel like that guy's friend is in the friend zone, and as we all know, once you're in the friend zone, there's no way out. I've never seen a successful exit.
out.
What's your way out? So see, he's in the zone. You need to tell him how to get out of there.
I think if you're your best self, and if you act like, if you're romantic as fuck, but you're not romantic, like when I saw this YouTube video about how romantic comedies fuck up our brains,
Right.
and how like big dramatic acts for another person are actually a bad idea. Like when Ryan Gosling in The Notebook built the house that him and Rachel McAdams first had sex in.
Yeah.
He bought the rundown house and he built it into like a mansion, hoping
Love
it would
that
get her
movie.
back.
Yeah.
Like it was saying that's a bad thing to do. I'm like, it's only a bad thing to do if not getting her back breaks you in the end. If
Right.
you rebuild a house and you're just like, I fucking built a house for somebody, that's awesome. I think when you're living life that way, where you're just doing beautiful things without expectation of like what you're going to get in return, then you end up getting that stuff.
You know what? I'm going back. I'm coming back around because you said that word expectation. He went into that apartment
With expectation. Yes.
I'm getting some, and I feel like women.
And now he's let down, and now
Yeah.
she's seeing that he's let down. And if he would just be like, whatever, I'm just doing my own shit. If she doesn't want to participate, that's all right, but I'm just going to keep doing my thing and living my
Yeah.
life, and I still like her, but you know, I'm going to keep doing the stuff that makes me feel good. I think he's got a shot.
I think most women, at least in my experience, can sense expectation above anything.
I was about to say
if
that.
you
yeah.
come in with expectations, they know, and they're like, no.
If you come in crazy horny,
Oh, they
Yes.
they cower away. They like
They don't like it.
When I come in with like crazy horniness, my girlfriend's like, "What are you doing?"
That's why you never leave the house with a loaded gun, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, my dog.
Getting all grab assy and horny.
Yeah, you gotta give. Just be a giver. Give without expectation. Just give for the sake of giving.
Yes.
If people are like, "Oh, you're so sweet. Why are you so sweet?" Because I like being sweet.
They know your motives.
I want to bone you now.
Yeah. You know his
I swear to
motives are
God.
Oh, you
pure.
do?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
I'll leave.
Do you want to join?
I mean, I'll watch. Whatever.
Chris, you're getting in.
What are we?
You're getting
You were
in.
at that concert, huh?
You're getting in too, Aaron.
Dude, Aaron-
you know you're in.
Aaron's in.
Aaron's been jonesing.
First concert.
And we're getting in and
First
out
orgy.
afterwards. Dude,
Aaron's
Aaron doesn't
been-
like in and out.
Yeah,
Sex?
No,
The
no,
food.
he loves sex.
the
Yeah.
burgers.
Oh. Yeah. I like In-N-Out.
Nice, dude.
You ever try the chili spot up the street we were talking about where you're at the car?
Dude looks rank.
1900s.
Um,
Pre In-N-Out. My kids just had Islands for their first time. And
Good
they
stuff.
put Islands up there with In-N-Out. I disagreed,
Wow.
but
Yeah.
In-N-Out. Do you go in protein style? Double protein
we
style.
get Flying Dutchman, which is
Excuse me.
two patties, 2 slices of cheese in between. That's it.
No lettuce.
No lettuce.
What do you eat? How, you just eat it with the paper wrapper?
Fork and knife.
Damn, you guys are G's.
Yeah, they don't have the best like serving presentation for it.
And people get freaked out.
Yeah, people get
So
scared.
you say Flying Dutchman
Yeah,
at the window.
Give me 3 Flying Dutchmen. That's 6 patties.
Yep,
Right.
that's the standard.
And they
I only get one
have-
slice of cheese between it.
So, wow, and it comes in where like they serve the fries in that little cardboard thing, or does it come in the?
It comes in like the cardboard box that they give you when you get like a couple
bar.
burgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But what do they put it on or in?
It's just like on wrapper.
In the normal burger
In the
wrapper.
box. Yeah.
Wow. My brother and I, we went on a road trip from New Orleans to Santa Fe. We ordered 20 Flying Dutchmen for the trip. That's all we needed.
Protein.
Here we go. Chad and JT. I am a freshman in high school in Connecticut. I'm usually pretty stoked, but recently I've been struggling to stay this way. Our class president has always been an absolute schmoll. The only reason he got elected was because the other candidate was even more of a schmoll. Recently, our class president was caught by another student on his knees in a school bathroom giving a sophomore some sloppy. There's even video filmed where you could see both of their legs in the bathroom. I thought it was super funny, so I posted on Snapchat calling him Gay Bill Clinton because he was class president. Somehow he found out and told administrators, and I got 4 days off in school suspension. All he got was a warning for sucking off another student in school. The punishment for abusive language is a Saturday detention, but the principal didn't think it was severe enough. I usually get my stoke up by snowboarding or mountain biking, but it's too warm for snowboarding and my bike is in the shop. Also, I can't go surf. What else would you guys do to stay stoked during these trying times?
I don't think he deserves to be stoked after doing something so lame.
Yeah, I would reflect on who you are over these days and really
It's not
ask
funny.
myself, is this the kind of person I want to be?
It's not cool.
Yeah, you don't post anything on the internet
But
like
they're
that.
having a good time in the bathroom, just go in there. Maybe that's where you get your stoke. You're like, yes, they're having fun. That's rad. I'm out. I'm going to leave them to it. Keep it to yourself. It's their business.
Put yourself in their shoes. If he was doing that act, would you want it blasted on the internet?
Yeah,
Never.
you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Huge.
And
that's
But
the
people
advice.
change.
yeah,
But
and,
people
and
change.
I was too. I did cruel things.
Me too.
That I'm not proud of when I was in high school.
But this is tough love.
Yeah.
But
You're going to be a better person.
but the
after
people in
this.
my life let me know, and you need to know.
Yeah.
Advice, you're an asshole, period.
Yeah.
Some people pay a lot of money for that kind of advice.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That was free.
That's
Or is this a Patreon thing?
no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, and the
That's
president
free.
of your school sounds like a badass.
This is a Manscaped thing.
I like the president. So that dude's a G for even getting to that level.
Yeah. He's got game.
Last question. Sup, Chad and JT and Strider. No Strider today, but we got Mr. Cote. I had an epiphany. I remember learning in college that nitrous oxide is an important ingredient in Viagra. Isn't nitrous oxide the same as NOS? Therefore, in Fast and Furious, when they hit the NOS button, in a sense, they're giving their cars boners and letting them move forward with a full knob. I sure hope this is the case. It would make me appreciate that movie even more.
Yeah. I mean, nailed it.
Nitrous oxide is the life force of everything fast and bone worthy.
Like I said earlier, I don't drink, but I'll tell you, if there's a nitrous tank around, especially at the dentist, I'll pay extra. I've had some of my best trips ever at the dentist.
Just get
Listen to me. If next time you go to the dentist for something big, headphones, some jazz, some kind of space rock or something.
Do they still do it?
Yes, you have to ask for it. It's like a plastic straw.
Oh,
You got to ask for it. They're not just gonna offer
I
it
didn't
up.
know it was still available.
It does feel like
The best.
little miniature gnomes are inside, tickling your
Yes.
face from the inside.
Well, you hear you hear songs and you listen to a song one way and then you hear it on nitrous
Yeah.
and it's a whole new world. You're like in the song.
Dude, I'm not a big fan of dubstep, but I listened to dubstep on nitrous.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt like the room was coming in.
Seriously.
It was awesome.
But stick away from like
Recreational.
people,
only
and when
business.
people are doing it like with
Yeah.
like WD-40 and stuff, you're
No,
like,
well,
just
that's
when you're at the dentist.
yeah, just at the dentist.
That's huffing.
Right, different thing.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Well, no, I mean I don't do that. Like in what are they doing in Mad Max? They spray paint on their face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the chrome
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, don't do that.
Dude, that's a great movie. I mean, just the
So
level of
good.
detail in that movie.
I
is,
just
is
watched it
phenomenal.
on a plane the other 2 weeks ago.
And they go back to where they started at the end. They
So
go
good.
full circle.
I hope there's another one soon.
Dude, when God made the element of nitrous oxide, he's like, this is going to give people boners and make them go fast.
Right, but
This
be
is
careful
the
with it.
badass element.
Have you guys ever actually been in a nitrous powered car?
No.
Have you?
No.
Oh,
My plan, I'm just putting this out there. when I have the money to do so, I will buy a full-on replica of Paul Walker's Toyota Supra from Fast and the Furious 1.
That's beautiful.
Maybe put NOS in there, but it looks scary.
I'd love a ride in it. So
We'll hit the PCH on it.
it's a valve. I'm trying to picture Fast and the Furious. Which congratulations, guys! I saw the next iteration coming.
Yeah.
Forgot the two, Lee and Shaw.
Yeah,
and
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah. I mean,
Mixed feelings.
I'm kind of not.
So
that
I'm
into it.
sorry. I mean, that I kind of touched
please.
a nerve.
But it's just like, are we even the Fast and the Furious anymore? Like when you lose so many parts, when it's all new parts, how can you still call it the same thing?
It's kind of like, you ever get suckered into buying those albums like Wu-Tang Presents?
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Presents, da-da-da. And you look at, I need that Wu-Tang thing. And
no Ghostface, no RZA, no Method Man.
There's no Method Man on this.
Yeah.
So maybe that's...
I'll be stoked on Hobbs
Enter
and
the
Shaw
fake chamber.
if it's like Hobbs and Shaw get an apartment together in Echo Park and open a garage.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Let's bring it down.
bring it-
Simplify it a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? It's gone too far.
Yeah, they open a garage and then Hobbs has to win a race.
Like
That's the
Idris
plot.
Elba's body's like a transformer. Like he's like half motorcycle or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Motorcycle. God damn it,
Idris.
Let's just bring it
Well,
back
you
to
know what,
Converse
but
and
then-
basic
yeah.
white
Bring it back to
tees.
one guy with nice blonde hair, the other guy with a bald head. They work
and Mia
together.
Toretto.
Yeah.
Slightly exotic Japanese import cars with just, they're lowered a little bit. They got rims, spoiler, nitrous. That no flying.
And we're going from the CIA back down to like local PD.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, we're not
outlaw street racing, right? Let's go back to where it started, where things really mattered.
Yeah,
Well,
pinks, racing for pinks, not racing for
Not to
nuclear
save the world.
codes.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite lines. Kids giving me attitude? Doesn't really look good for FBI LAPD relations, Tanner.
Well said.
Tight.
All right,
Good inflection too.
Thank you.
Mr. Cote, dude.
Yeah.
I think
Duda.
we're
Mr.
gonna,
Cote Duda.
We're
It's
gonna-
just Mr. Cote. Thank you.
I think it was a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for.
All right. You guys want to...
You're the best, dude.
You
Yeah,
want
that
to be
was
the
really
first,
great, man.
Do you want to be the first people in the world, besides my girlfriend, to hear a brief, very brief snippet of Chris Cote solo?
Dude, please.
Yeah, Aaron, will you let us know afterwards if it's better than Blank?
Yeah. This is brand new, so we all know what's happened to Blink and what they've become. They are the Shaw and Hobbs of music.
Oh, do you not
dude.
support this new iteration with the Avenged Sevenfold guy or whoever?
I
or
don't
or
support.
Alkaline Trio.
I
Yeah.
let's just put it this way: I'm on Team Skiba for personal reasons, and
Do you
I think
think
the world we've all matured and evolved.
Do you think Tom DeLonge was the driving creative force of Blink? You saw up close, right?
Yeah, yes and no. I think it was a formula. I think I don't know. I'm kind of done. I've moved past Blink. The nostalgia's worn off, and I don't want to be a hater.
No,
but-
I feel you.
But I feel some
Some
something there.
there's something there.
Yeah, you feel something about it.
Well, let's just I can leave you guys with this is how do I put this?
Let it rip.
I'm on Team Skiba.
What does that mean? I'm sorry.
I'm a fan of Team Skiba because
What's Team Skiba?
Team Skiba, he replaced the other singer of Blink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm not a fan of the other singer
Oh.
Tom
much
DeLonge.
anymore.
No, Mark.
Yeah.
No, Mark's. Oh, Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
My bad.
But whatever. That's, I don't want to leave it on a nag note.
No, it's not. I think it's
Yeah.
inherently interesting, though.
Do you guys like the Devil's Brass Penis?
Mm-hmm.
The saxophone.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know what you're talking about, but I just went, yeah.
Yes, I do.
I know.
Do you guys
My
like
bad.
the
Yeah, I
Devil's
do.
Brass Penis?
Yeah, for sure.
You like the movie Romancing the Stone?
Are you kidding me? I'm a huge Zemeckis fan, and I love, and that's in Colombia. My mom's Colombian. Yeah.
This, do you like the
Ditto.
song Careless Whisper?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Chris
So-
Isaacs?
No.
George Michaels?
Yes.
Sorry.
See, Aaron,
No.
Aaron just gives this nod.
No. So this song is
What's that Chris Isaacs Wicked Game?
Wicked Game, dude. Underrated. So good.
Whoa, dude. We're
I
just
love this guy back here.
circling
Why do
your-
you keep him over there? He should be right here with me.
That's a good call.
The Stokers are calling for it. They want Aaron in for the
More
full
Aaron, huh?
Yeah.
I'm with them. I'm stoked on Aaron.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Well, here it is. This song's called Romancing the Stone. It's going to be out iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever you get your music in a couple weeks.
Sweet.
I already have my review loaded up
All right.
because I got a good line.
If you like romance,
It's
I know you guys do.
sensual.
Yeah. I play everything on this.
Dude, I love
except
it.
for
I'm getting
sax.
kind of a Frank Ocean vibe.
Talk is cheap, drugs aren't expensive. That's what we say when we're high.
Oh, mama.
That's what's up.
Oh, dude.
Sensuality. You like your rock music, as soft as your t-shirt. Your dress is half open, your body is sticking to the inside of your underside. Yeah, you burnt yourself again. This may be
Who do you model your singing
so
on?
I'm feeling. Nobody told me I could sing.
New Order?
Nobody told me I couldn't sing. That's a professional saxophone player. Just come in hot. So I love yacht rock. That's my goal. Yacht rock, sophisti pop. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I love it.
You're too old for my 20-something rule, but you passed the dance challenge.
You played this before Blink-182. The whole crowd would have been boning.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe
The
it'll happen.
sway, dude.
Yeah.
Just the collective sway it would have inspired.
An orgy pile.
So I did have this challenge when I was dating gals to dance with me to Careless Whisper without laughing, because I don't find that song ironic at all. I just love it. So
I don't believe in liking things ironic.
yeah, this is where I really start to blow. This line's for you guys.
Especially with what? And I got 2 trains running straight to my heart.
So in the film, when they find the airplane, right, with the drugs.
Yeah.
So I was watching it with my current girlfriend. I'm like, get ready, best line in this movie's coming up. You know, I was like half hour away from that line. They're in this plane, and Jack T. Colton finds a old Rolling Stone magazine, and he says out of nowhere, "Oh man, the Doobie Brothers broke up."
Hilarious.
Yeah. So that's you guys got you guys got 2 minutes 25 seconds
Dude, that was
of a 3 minute 15-second song. That's a big leak.
I love that, dude.
Leak.
Dude,
You
I
just
gotta say,
leaked on.
my review of that song is it's not a diamond, it's an emerald.
Wow. Thank you.
Because in Romancing the Stone.
Corazon?
Yeah.
El Corazon.
My review, Romance in the Stone, got me aching to bone.
Nice.
Wow, you guys make me feel good.
Hey, you deserve it, man.
Hey.
You made us feel good. This was such a treat having you on.
Yeah,
We'll
dude, you're
definitely
the
have
best,
you back.
man.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Thank you for
I
all
love
the,
you guys,
the wisdom
and I
and
mean
energy.
that.
Thank you.
I mean,
Appreciate it.
Next song's going to be about you two.
Fuck
Three.
yeah.
I'm sorry. You three.
Yeah, get Aaron on there.
Aaron.
Aaron's in.
I'll be listening to you at the Oi Rio Pro.
Yes.
Aaron,
Is that how you say it?
where'd you land on the song?
It's much better than 20 years ago.
Hey,
We've both matured,
thank you.
and I
Yes.
like it.
Nice, dude.
I like it.
Positive.
It's
All
aged
right.
well. Bye, guys.
Great to see you.
See you on
See
the
you out there.
4 See you on the 5 South
Yeah.
or the chili spot, whatever comes first.
Whatever
Oh,
we're.
hey, we'll bring you some Dutchman.
Yes.
Thank you, dude. Oh, man.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
it
yeah.
ends.
We-
Yeah,
we
that's
keep
how it
going.
ends.
We have
for a
just like a
bit.
little
Yeah,
tidbit
yeah.
to do.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Thank
such a
you, guys.
pleasure, man.
No, I'm stoked to do it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's so fun. Great
Hell
to see
yes.
you.
No doubt.
Where should we tell everybody to follow you at?
Just at Chris Cote.
At Chris Cote. And, dude, also, we got to thank him for
That's so crazy you're at that show. Yeah. That's insane.
Chris said Jabwow on one of the surf broadcasts.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dropped Jablau. I believe it was at.
Crazy. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Chris, what tournament did you say Jablau at?
U.S. Open?
Yeah, it was Kolohe and Dino. He was like, he got Jabwowed by the lip.
That was in Brazil last year.
Was that? Oh, yeah, it was around this time.
That was when
That was
International.
Jablau first came out.
Yeah. Thank you for helping
Thank
spreading
you.
the stoke on Jablau.
I'm stoked on Jablau.
Thank
Safe
you,
drive.
Adult guys, I said hi.
What a great guy.
What a great guy, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
insane.
crazy.
That was your first concert. Wow.
What a cool life he has. I mean, he's really
Yeah.
cultivated a career out of his passions.
Yeah, and he's touched like so much different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, very, very impressive. Very inspiring. Chad, who is your beef of the week?
My beef of the week, you probably were expecting it. I got to touch on it. Tom Cruise and Justin Bieber.
Oh, dude.
J Biebs calling out TC. Dude, Biebs, look, dude, my dog. I loved Purpose, okay? I'm not trying to hate on you, you know? Like, that brought me some solid jams, and it really, I think you dance well. I think you know what you're doing. I think you got massive talent. And I think you're a beast in that. Cold Water's a hit. That other Spanish song. And you're also married to a babe. So I got to acknowledge that. But I can't let you just call out my man Tom like that. I mean, this dude, Tom Cruise, rock climbs. He does stunts. He has great hair. He smiles. He's been entertaining America for over 30 years. 40 maybe.
Yeah.
1980.
1980.
He brought us Mission Impossible. Just all kinds of dang stuff. I mean, this guy is just a beast. He rides motorcycles. He works out. He does everything, okay, Biebs? And I can't let you call him out. If you go into the ring with Tom Cruise, you will get smashed, okay? And I will be there clapping because Tom Cruise is a hero of America.
Nice, dude.
Sorry for the aggro.
No, please, man. I mean, you're defending your boy.
What are your thoughts on it, dude?
Dude, I think one of the most interesting aspects about it is that it's kind of a ideological clash where it's like Bieber's big onto like the LA Christianity, like the Hillside Church or whatever. And then Tom is obviously big in Scientology. So if I was marketing the fight, if I was coordinating the fight, which I used to like to do in high school, I would definitely set it up as like the Scientologists versus the Christians. And let's see who's going to win in this throwdown.
Yeah. That's a good one, dude.
Yeah. And I mean, in terms of like, do I want to see them fight? Absolutely. Do I want to see either of them get hurt? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I just want to see a good, fair contest with some, hopefully, proficient skills.
It would be an epic event.
For sure.
But I can't doubt for a second my dog Tom.
What if they wanted us to commentate with Cote?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It'd be amazing.
It'd be biased.
Yeah.
On my end.
Tom's winning.
I'd be
Tom's
like,
winning.
Bieber lands a soft punch.
Cruz is dead.
Bieber comes in looking kind of slow tonight.
There's a lot of bias in fight calling. People get called out.
Yeah.
Dude,
Here's your beef. Sorry.
My beef of the week relates to fighting as well. It's with Indy. So I grew up doing karate at the Martial Arts Academy with Sensei John. I was a good student, although I was a little bit talkative. But Indy was kind of my rival in the school tournaments. We'd throw tournaments down like once a month, and you'd fight kids in your age bracket, weight class, skill level. And Indy really wanted to be the best. And his dad also did karate there, and he really wanted Indy to be the best. But for a stretch there, I was just wailing on him. We'd spar, and I'd just take it to him. And I'd always get the first place trophy, and Indy would always leave kind of pissed off and most of the time crying. And I remember one time, it was like the fourth tournament in a row where this had happened, and Indy's dad picked him up, and Indy was crying. And I took my first place trophy, and I went up to Indy, and I was like, hey, dude, if you want it, just take it, man. It's not a big deal. And then his dad looked at me and went, hey, get away from us. And I went, whoa. And I turned to the rest of the parents, and I was like, oh, my God. I mean, it's just a trophy. Like, why do we even want this trophy if it means we can't be friends? Like, come on. But the truth is, I knew Indy and his dad would react that way, so I kind of set them up to make them look evil. And yeah, that was a sadistic thing to do as a 8 or 9-year-old. But at the same time, Indy's dad should have seen it coming. All the parents were like, GT's a really sweet kid. He doesn't even want the trophy. I was like, I don't. I was like, I just want everyone to get along. I don't want to win. But in truth, I wanted to win in every way possible. Yeah.
No, I respect the
The mind games.
Yeah.
All right, so that's my beef of the week. Chad, who is your babe of the week?
My baby of the week is just my GF, Caroline.
Beautiful, man.
I just love her.
Nice, dude.
That's it.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah. What
That's
about
sweet.
you?
My baby of the week is This American Life. It's a podcast and radio program on NPR. I've been listening to it on and off for years, and I just think they're the best at storytelling. They do like narrative journalism, and it's always surprising and funny and poignant. Some of my favorites are All Walls Must Come Down, about a dad who wiretapped his son's phone. Another one about a cop who was attracted to a hot lady, so he told her he could get a squirrel out of her attic, and it went horribly wrong. And then they do just good straight up investigative journalism, like about the financial crash in 2008, giant pile of money. Or most recently they had one about Alex Jones. That was the most interesting piece I've heard or read about Alex Jones. It got into like his teenage years and kind of how he developed this personality that he now makes money out of. And like it just told really interesting anecdotes from then, but then it contextualized it in like the current political moment. And I just thought it was interesting and just really distills things down in a way that's fascinating. And all credit to the guy who runs it, Ira Glass. You know, he's known for his kind of high-pitched nasally voice, but the dude is a beast. So yeah, This American Life's my babe of the week.
Nice.
Who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week is System of a Down.
Nice, dude.
When I was first introduced to metal, my first intro band was System of a Down. My brother and I were going to see Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, where George Lucas unfortunately had to burn off Hayden Christensen's flow, which was tough. But what brought me back to life was hearing BYOB from System of a Down. And I was just like, yes, yes, yes. They just have good songs, you know. Revengo, Toxicity, all kinds of stuff. It was a good intro into the metal world, and I just think they're a cool band, so you gotta check them out if you want to do some headbangers.
No one else sounds like them.
No one else, yeah.
What's the song they do where it's just pizza toppings?
Oh, I don't know.
Have you heard that one? Aaron, you know that one? Pepperoni, salami, mozzarella cheese.
I don't know.
Yeah, System of a Down. All right, dude. My legend of the week is, I think he's a 2-time receiver of this now. It's my dad,
Oh, nice.
Tommy P. He got some hard news about his ongoing battle with pancreatic cancer, but you know, he's looking into new treatments, and he's going to keep fighting. And it just always makes me reflect on how blessed I am to have him as my dad. So I wanted to tell some funny things about him, like his propensity for using the phrase "whoa." Like we would do some like ATVing and snowmobiling, and at the end of the day, you'd have to drive it up a ramp and land it on like the trailer. And my dad wasn't the best at it, but he never let that stop him from doing it. And everybody would be like, "Hey, Tommy, you want to let me just do that real quick?" Go, I got it. The next thing you know, he launches into the air off the ramp, and he's like, "Whoa!" And you're just along for the ride. Also, when we drive through patches of wilderness, my dad loves to spot animals, and he'd just be sitting there and he'd go, is that an elk? You see an elk out there? And we'd be like, eyes on the road. He's like, that's an elk. And then you'd look, and there's like a beautiful elk, and then he'd go, Eagle Eye. He always named himself Eagle Eye. He's great with nicknames. He's always been great with nicknames. He called my mom Turbo and Pork Chop. Nicknamed his friend Scotty Waddy Doodah. And then he called any one of his friends, if they ever put on any weight, Fat Boy. Friend would come over and just go, hey, Fat Boy. What's up, Fat Boy?
That's awesome.
My buddy Robert comes back from college. My dad goes, damn, Robert, what'd you do? Put on 15 pounds? Just very matter of fact. He had one friend, Jimmy, who was like a serial dater, dated a lot of women. And I didn't even know what he was doing at the time. But when he came over with a girlfriend one time, I was like 5. And my dad goes, hey, go up to Jimmy and ask him why he's a woman's worst nightmare. So I go up to Jimmy in front of his new girlfriend. I'm like, Jimmy, why are you a woman's worst nightmare? And he just gets scared as fuck. He's like, huh? And the girl's like, huh? And my dad's just like, and then,
hey, Fat Boy.
Yeah. And then on the better side of things, although those things are pretty great, he's just the sweetest guy. Like, he's tough, and, you know, he's this, like, big footprint, you know, hard living business entrepreneur dude, but Like, I remember we were doing a speech when we were doing our second Paul Walker speech. It's when the whole like Charlottesville thing happened. And I was just watching the Vice video of it, like in the bathtub, and I just started crying. And me and my dad don't even have the same politics, but I was crying, and then my dad called me and he's like, "How you doing?" I was like, "Dad, I'm kind of like freaking out," and I was embarrassed. I called him and I was like, I'm freaking out. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. I feel like I should do something. And I'm like, this stuff is so scary. It's so horrible. And I expected him to, and sometimes he would do, he'd go, calm down. But I said all that, and then he just goes, he's like, "Hey, JT, I think your heart's in the right place." And he basically just like let me cry. And it just means a lot to me that he could be such a tough dude, but he also had these moments of incredible sensitivity. So he's going to take all that into the next part of this thing. And yeah, I'm just still stoked that I get to kick it with him. Yeah. So love you, Dad.
He's a fighter and a beast.
Yeah. So Chad, who is your quote of the week?
My quote of the week is from Alan Watts.
Beast.
So he goes, "Underneath everything that goes on in this world, the fundamental thing is a state of unbelievable bliss. Why not? Why else would there be anything happening? Because if the game isn't worth the candle, if the universe is basically nothing but a tormented struggle, why have one? Hasn't it ever struck you that it would be much simpler not to have any existence? It would require no effort, there would be no problems. So why is there anything going on? Because it's all fundamentally a drag. I just don't see any reason for its being. Because it's all fundamentally a drag, I just don't see any reason for its being. Everything would have committed suicide long ago."
Whoa, that's deep, dude.
Yeah. It's basically a very optimistic view on the universe.
Yeah.
It's not like a, who knows what's going on, but I choose to believe in the most optimistic thing, because why not?
Yeah, I love that.
He's a beast. Check him out, Stokers. If you're ever feeling down, put on some Alan Watts, and you'll feel good.
Yep.
Take a nap to Alan Watts.
My quote of the week is from the book Barbarians at the Gates. It's about a leveraged buyout in the 80s of RJR Nabisco, I think it was, a big cigarette and like food treats company. And the guy who's running the company is this guy, Ross Johnson. And he's not even like a great business person. He's just great at business relationships. So he just keeps like schmoozing his way up to bigger and bigger heights in the business world. And he ends up being the CEO of this huge company. But at one point, they're having like a bad quarter and they're not making money. And all the shareholders and chairman of the board sit him down and they go, "Ross, what the hell's going on here?" And he just looks at him and he goes, "You guys ever try to steer a boat when you're water skiing behind it?" And then they all just laughed, and then they moved on. I mean, this dude is as slick as it gets, and I just love that kind of ability to word shift your way out of a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's everything, I think.
Sweet. That was a fun episode.
That was fun. Well, how was the mod show you went to last night?
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was cool. I haven't watched Sketch live in a long time, so it was cool to see, and it was sort of inspiring.
Nice.
Yeah. I think, how was the concert?
Dude, the concert was good. The guy could really belt, Louis Capaldi.
Yeah.
Some of his like mic work in between, I thought I wasn't crazy about.
Well, like the stuff he said?
Yeah, like him talking and stuff. It's also like cutesy and like the jokes are kind of lame. But dude, he can freaking belt. It got me pumped. But the thing I was most jacked on is I only knew a couple songs, but I really like them. But then I would turn to my right, and there was a bunch of young dudes, like 19, 20, just sitting there singing with their whole heart and like so genuinely into it. And it was such a nice group of guys. When I left the concert afterwards, there's two girls behind me. They're like, "I love those boys who were next to us. They were nice and respectful and just there to enjoy the music. They're going to go far in life." And I was like, hell yeah, man. It's a good group of folks at the concert.
I think it's important to see live performance art.
Dude, I agree.
Like seeing like Sketch, or especially going to a concert. I mean, it's always inspiring. It's just inspiring to see people like doing that kind of stuff, especially at a high level. Yeah, taking risks, getting out on stage. It's amazing.
The high level thing is something too. Like when you're watching someone, you're like, this is a brilliant performer.
It's like what Chris was saying about guys at Pipeline or whatever, like watching guys surf at Pipeline. When you watch that on a video, you're like, oh, it was a cool barrel. But when you see stuff like that in person, when you see like high level surfing in person, it's like unbelievable. Yeah,
dude, I think it's I was watching him belt a song that was like about heartache, and I was like, oh, this is this song makes life complete. Like life always has like holes in it, or you're always like, am I making the right choice and stuff? And then when you listen to a song like that and the guy belts it with his whole heart, you're like, oh, life's complete for a minute.
Yeah.
It like fills in the gaps.
Yeah. Live art is live stand up too.
Yeah.
It's see someone take control of a crowd like that. There's just something magical about it.
And yeah, it loses something when they put it on like Netflix or something.
Yeah,
like,
that's what. Go ahead.
Well, like watching Burr or Rogan or D'Elia or Vert or whoever or Chappelle, like when you see them live, there's a different quality to it.
Yeah, I think that's why we're most protective of footage of our stand-up. Not that we even film it. Have you ever filmed? I've filmed a few sets, but from like years ago.
I record them all.
Oh yeah, I record them, but like.
No, but I don't plan on putting it out for a while.
Yeah.
Until it's like exactly what I'm trying to say.
And also like 45 minutes. I'm going to put out like 20.
I'm going to put out 15. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I'm modest.
Because like, you know, it's hard to keep someone's attention for 45 minutes. And it's like, why, I think 20 is like you just put out the bangers. That's it.
I can't pay attention to anything anymore.
No.
I'm out after a minute.
It took me 5 days to watch the first episode of Big Little Lies.
It's tough, dude.
Yeah. I would just I'd just go on YouTube. I'd be like, what about this GoPro footage?
Dude, YouTube's the fucking greatest, man.
Yeah.
But dude, some of these people got to be careful. I posted about Muhammad Ali, and I got so many messages from people saying that he was in the bag for the MA.S.S, the Islamic Mafia, which I had never heard of. And his whole draft dodging thing was coordinated by him, and so were every single one of his fights. And one guy even went as far to say is like, he never... all those punches were fake. I'm like watching the fights. I'm like, I'm pretty sure these are real punches. Yeah.
It's going to be hard to throw a fight. That's a skill.
Yeah. Oh, to fake it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sonny Liston apparently did a bad job. I think that fight may have been fixed.
Yeah.
Some dude wrote me just 6 paragraphs about how everything about Muhammad Ali was a lie, and I just wrote back, I don't know, man. He said, don't come to Philly and mention Ali. You'll get punched.
Really?
I was like, what?
We'll have to ask Jack about that.
I thought everybody liked Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
but
too.
then my girlfriend had brought him up to her. She's like, I don't like him. He was like a bad husband, and he hit his wife. And so I was like, all right, I don't know about that either. But that seems plausible and bad. Yeah. All this.
There's a dark side to everyone.
Yeah, well said. All right. Should we end on a more upbeat note? We got a show tonight at the Improv.
Oh yeah, we got locals only. Yeah, we got a show at the Improv tonight. Locals only. This will come out after, so
it'll be a good show. Let's
Dude,
have some fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I need new material.
No, you're a beast, man. You just wrote a chapter in the book already. You're doing so much stuff.
I know. We're kind of stretching it a little thin, but yeah, I'm just because I don't know if there's gonna be repeat people there.
Right.
I want to give them new material, but
for sure. It's tough, man. Yeah. All right, guys. Oh, and also we're brought to you by Danny Babona at UCI Baseball. They should call it UC Newport Beach because it's right there. I haven't plugged him in a while because, to be totally honest, he's against a rule in fantasy football that I support regarding the sale of auction players for the following season. And Danny, ideologically, I couldn't be more far away from you, but as a baseball coach and as a father and as a mentor, I know you're one of the best in the business, so I still plug UCI Baseball. If you're a young buckaroo with a good swing and a strong arm, that's the place to go. They should call it UC Newport Beach because it's right there.
And as always, we're brought to you by Douglas Lubricant. Guys, this is the leading brand in lube, okay? When you bone, what do you want? You want sensuality. You want friction.
Yes.
You want dirty talk. And you want...
You're getting me going.
You want Teo Cruz playing in the background. But what do you want most of all?
Fire call.
You want smoothness when you insert the dong. So when you bone smooth with Douglas.
Yeah, and they got a new one called Douglas Friction because sometimes you can overlube and it gets too slippery. And this new Friction one gives you a little more grip. So big ups to Douglas for staying on the cutting edge of what feels good and what works.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in for episode 75. You can catch Chris Cote at Chris Cote, Cote, on Instagram. Check him out.
He didn't finish his blue drink, but I still love you, Chris.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was great. He was great.
Yeah.
If you need advice, these guys are really nice.